Howdy, folks. It is story time, the next edition. This story took place in the early 90s to mid to late 90s. So, for practical purposes, we're going to say 1995. We're just going to make up a date. But the story is true. The date may be inaccurate. But nobody really cares about that now, do we? So, I was living in a place in Maryland called Catonsville, Maryland. I really liked that place. It was nice. A whole lot of crime though. Woo, doggy! If it wasn't bolted down, they're going to bring their own one of them contraptions to unbolt that thing. They didn't care if they wanted it, they were taking it. But my front yard was the county, and my backyard was the city. So when I moved down yonder way there, or from here it would be up yonder way, I would see signs all over them. Well, let me back up. I had lived in Delaware, so I guess it was down yonder way in Catonsville, Maryland from here, but it would be up yonder way. So just geographically, you have to know your yonder ways. So just thought I'd clue you in on that. So I'd be driving around all over the place, and I see these signs everywhere in Baltimore. That's what they don't say Baltimore, it's Baltimore. If you live down there, it's Baltimore. All right, just so you know, Baltimore. You got to know your lingo. So finally it was eating on me. I used to go to this seafood place and fish house, whatever you want to call it, all the time. I would get the little blue crab claws and big baggy fulls of dirt cheap, and I used to love just gnaw. I wouldn't gnaw on the claw, but I'd gnaw on the meat. But so one day I get to talking to the fellow in there, and I said, "Hey, sir, if you don't mind me can I ask you a question?" He said, "Sure." So I said, "What's with the lake trout?" I said, "I've been all over the country. I've never seen lake trout advertised so much. You act like it's the new fad, the new wave." I said, what is that? He said, "It's whiting." I said, "Whiting? Like the saltwater fish whiting?" I said, "Yes, sir." And I said, "So like it's never seen a lake?" He said, "That's right. It's a saltwater fish." I said, "Oh, okay. So lake trout's not lake trout. Lake trout is whiting. Comes from salt water." So I was in Wally World today, and I saw this, and this reminded me to tell you that Pacific whiting come from the Pacific. It doesn't come from Baltimore or the lake. Just so you know, we got whiting down here in Florida. There ain't no such thing as lake trout. I mean, there's trout in lakes, but there's no lake whiting. Come on, people. I'm glad I'm here to educate you today. All right? Without G Money, I think half the world would be lost. I thank you for tuning in.